What to know as Prince Harry prepares for court fight with British tabloid publisher. Greetings from Royal Family led my channel. AP, London. Prince Harry will testify in court, something other British royals haven't done in more than a century. The first of the Duke of Sussex's 5 ongoing court issues, which are mostly concerned with conflicts with British tabloids, will see him testify. Monday is the anticipated day for his case's opening statements. In court documents, Harry claimed that the royal family had purposefully avoided appearing in court to avoid speaking about potentially embarrassing topics. He sued newspaper owners purportedly against his father's wishes, who is now King Charles III, because of his irritation and fury with the press. Harry will be the first member of the royal family to testify in court since Queen Victoria's eldest son, Prince Albert Edward, testified twice in the late 19th century if he gives the testimony on Tuesday as scheduled in his lawsuit against the Daily Mirror publisher. Thank you. Please subscribe to my channel. The man who would later become King Edward VII gave testimony in a slander case involving a man who cheated at cards as well as the divorce procedures of a woman he was accused of having an affair with. He denied it. Harry's grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, was descended from Edward VII. An examination of Prince Harry's legal disputes. Harry's background with paparazzi and phone hacking. Harry has filed 3 lawsuits alleging privacy intrusions, including phone hacking, going back to his boyhood, including the Daily Mirror case. His relationship with the media was described as uneasy in court filings, but it is far more complicated than that. The late Princess Diana's son, the prince, attributes the fatal vehicle accident to paparazzi. The couple left the royal life in 2020 and emigrated to the US, according to him, because of harassment and interference by the British press, as well as vicious, persistent attacks on his wife, Meghan, including racist publications. One of his life's missions has evolved into reforming the news media. With the arrest of a private eye and the royals reporter at the now-defunct News of the World in 2006, information that British journalists hacked phones for scoops first surfaced. The two were imprisoned, and the reporter issued an apology for breaking into the phones of Prince Harry, Prince William, and their father's staff members. 5 years later, it was discovered that the Rupert Murdoch-owned tabloid had listened to voicemails on the phone of a murdered girl, sparking a full-blown hacking scandal that led to the closure of the newspaper and the opening of an official investigation. Since then, additional newspapers have been charged with breaking the law by bucking homes, tapping phones, and obtaining phone, bank, and medical records through fraud. Harry Cung is Duke. 3 of the most well-known tabloid publishers in Britain are the targets of the Duke. He is suing Murdoch's News Group newspapers, which publishes The Sun, as well as Associated Newspapers Led, which owns the Daily Mail and Mail on Sunday. He is also suing Mirror Group newspapers. The allegations are similar, that journalists and someone they hired spied on Harry and invaded his privacy by listening to phone messages and other illegal activities. Harry attended several days of hearings in the case against the Mail publisher in March, showing how important the cases are to him. Alongside Harry's claims, those of a number of other famous people with comparable charges are also being heard, including Hugh Grant in the News Group case and Elton John and Elizabeth Hurley in the Associated Newspapers case. Associated Newspapers vigorously denies the allegations. According to officials, News Group has apologized for the hacking of News of the World, but The Sun does not accept responsibility or deny any of the claims. Due to Harry and the others' failure to file the claims within the required 6-year period, both publishers claimed during high court hearings this spring that they should be dismissed. Harry and other claimants should be given an exception, according to the attorney representing them, because the publishers lied and withheld information that prevented them from becoming aware of the covered actions in time to fulfill the deadlines. A current trial. Mirror Group appeared to fall on its sword at the opening of the proceedings, recognizing instances in which its publications had unlawfully collected information. In court documents, it expressed regret and stated that Harry and 2 of the other 3 claimants in the matter were entitled to compensation. The revelation concerning Harry, however, was not one of the approximately 150 pieces between 1995 and 2011 for which he claimed Mirror Group writers used phone hacking and other unlawful means to collect information. Instead, it involved the employment of a private investigator to unearth vague dirt for an article about his nightclubbing. 33 of those stories are the focus of the trial. According to David Sherborne, Harry's attorney, illegal behavior by editors and reporters at the Daily Mirror, and Sunday People was widespread and habitual and practiced on an industrial scale. He blamed upper management, specifically TV host and former Daily Mirror editor Piers Morgan. Both Morgan and Mirror Group have stated in court documents that they had no participation in the hacking of any phones. Mirror attorney Andrew Green claimed that many of the in-question pieces included a breathtaking level of triviality, and that, with the exception of a few instances of illegal information collecting, the company's reporters had used sources and public data to lawfully obtain material. 4 claimants are involved in the trial, including 2 actors from Coronation Street, the longest-running soap opera in Britain. The judgment, however, may have an impact on the outcome of hacking allegations made against Mirror Group by the estate of the late singer George Michael, former Girls Aloud member Cheryl, and former soccer star Ian Wright. The lawsuit is divided into 2 parts: a general case that lasted close to 3 weeks, during which Harry's attorney presented evidence of alleged newspaper skullduggery, and a second portion that began on Monday and featured testimony from the 4 claimants regarding particular acts that targeted them. What are the other actions relating to 2 ongoing trials that are focused on the government's decision to stop protecting Harry after he abdicated his royal duties, crossed with Harry's fear and hatred of the press? Harry claimed that when he travels to the UK, his security is jeopardized because he was pursued by obnoxious paparazzi following a charity event in 2021. He filed a lawsuit against the British government after his security detail was cut. He attempted to contest the government's decision to reject his offer to pay for his own police protection while that litigation was still underway, but he was unsuccessful. A judge is currently deciding whether to let Harry's libel case against Associated Newspapers, which claimed that Harry had attempted to conceal his legal efforts to persuade the British government to provide security, to proceed to trial. The Mail on Sunday ran with the headline, "How Prince Harry Tried to Keep His Legal Fight with the Government Over Police Bodyguards a Secret." Then, just minutes after the story broke, his PR machine tried to put a positive spin on the dispute. In a previous case, Meghan prevailed against the Mail on Sunday in 2021 for publishing a private letter she addressed to her father. As a result, she received a £1 settlement for privacy violations and an undisclosed sum for copyright violations. The pair also reached settlements with picture agencies after they flew a helicopter and a drone over their homes in California and England, respectively.